Hello guys, it's your boy Particle. We'll be reacting to the FNCF Major 1 and Legends Landing. I'm not sure you can see the full screen. I really don't know how to do all that. And yeah, but if I say anything about these people, just to let y'all know, I'll try my best. But please, if these people see this video, please, if you could, or you don't have to, if you could take it as like a fellow joke and stuff. So yeah.
In heats and already continuing that trend here with a top 5 position on the leaderboard, 75 points away. What could be both of those players' first
That clicked.
FNCS championship.
Sorry
And
guys.
again, when you look at the leaderboard on the right, it's just so close, not only for the actual first place on the leaderboard, but the top 13 overall, where you
I don't
see
know if that's
13th
close,
and
but
14th place have
sorry
already
guys.
been
What is
eliminated out of
Higgs?
this lobby. And
I don't know,
honestly, you
but
don't want to
yeah.
look back at this moment, Monster, saying, hey, I had the chance and I wasted it.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'm actually looking at the standings just for like Javi and Diminish's, placement performances. They actually have 2 second places in there, and last game obviously pulled that third. So they have come close to a win multiple times now. We will be keeping an eye on them. But with Cold and Rapid here from the Dark Dominion now to this new draw spot so far, it seems to be playing off relatively well. They have 400 damage above, plenty of material, and they actually pull zone. Okay, this is really good for Cold and Rapid right here. They actually needed a little bit of luck, and it seems like it's playing off.
Yeah, I'm thinking in my head, the only thing they're missing is a little bit of high ground, but it's Cold and Rapid. When do they ever play on the high ground? Exactly, they get what they want.
Oh.
Just like Peterbot and Boyo, relentless pressure throughout the
Oh.
entirety of this game.
Oh.
1,000 above the threshold.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think I told y'all this. I'm not really that good. So if I'm reacting, y'all think it's normal. It's kind of insane to me. So yeah, just want to let y'all know.
Where they take down both Jack and NPen before they got to rotate to the next zone. So that's going to replenish a lot of their builds. They can pick and choose what resource they want to take with them before they finally make their way on out.
This is crazy because they're really playing to their strengths right now. Goes the Fullberry miss, so they're just going to be shock waving their way all the way into the zone.
Oh,
shoot, they might
that's Peterbot.
High ground here shortly. They have the mats to play for it, but Peterbot gets caught in a spider's trap right
Oh.
there. Gotta be careful. On the other side, as we were watching that though, we missed what was happening over here. Flex, buddy, you're looking the wrong way. Veno knocks him upside the head, and then they get the follow up in the finish.
Corner bolts quickly rotating in towards the zone, and they're using that as a quick second here to look back, seeing anybody that still has the journey to make, like Dolzir and Ishu outside of the zone. They're just pressuring, trying to make it harder for them to not only make it in, but even if they do, they're not going to make it in healthy. Another elimination towards the side. Slepsy Wage was able to pick up one. Maybe push Paper and Rezi back as Curve, looking like he's trying to approach in that direction. You see Veno peeking through the cone, gathering vital information for their team. And you can see Veno and Curve are the only team who haven't been hit by any surge so far in each and every one of these games. It's just going to show that that early game presence by Curve and Veno is paying off tenfold.
Oh, this is replays? Okay, well, I guess I'm making replays. Yo!
Most successful in the early game. This game's a little bit slower for them in the early game, but their mid game is just taking off right
this
now.
might be kind of normal for y'all, but
another prime situation to play for high ground here in the end game, and we know what they do well. They play it late. They let people get their first, little taste of hype, and then they come in and put their influence to the test. Rapid and Cold, though, much different strategy for them.
Right here.
We've seen them play low ground, time in, time out, front side, dead side, you name it. They'll be there. Comes to rotate stuff. This is still a difficult terrain to play with, right? They have to go up and over this mountain, which you have Peterbot and Boyo now completely positioned up, and then you have Clicks and Higgs already basing on the opposite side.
Alright. Oh, Peterbot.
Sometimes I've seen teams take it early. Clicks and Higgs were able to hold it early on in day number 1. But since then, honestly, it's been changing hands for each and every one of these zones here in the end game as they position themselves above. Peterbot and Boyo have the luxury to stagger themselves back.
You said Boyo?
Rainfire from above. Not necessarily getting eliminations here, but they are just hurting every single player they connect shots with as they rotate on over. Curve and Veno position down below.
Hey, y'all think if I train, you think I could do this for?
We've seen in previous games them try to go ahead and claim high ground as their own. They don't necessarily have that luxury.
Like, if I become good, like decent, do my fans think I could do good? If y'all want to comment,
come take it from us.
but I'll let them talk.
Crazy. And that's so different than anything else we've seen from Clix and Higgs. They've been building single straight standing towers, but now Higgs is putting up this huge flex right now with a monstrous base. Veno and Curve here have no issues fighting their way to the new zone, though. That was almost a fresh Elim. Oh, actually, it is an Elim as things catch up there. Veno finds another one. And he was already in the lead, Jacob, with the most amount of Elims, and he's continued to do so. But look at this, not looking good. Boyo's down. Peterbot comes through to clutch up. He finds one. Can he get the follow-up here? He's doing so much damage, but he can't quite get the finish, but it's okay. He's bought Boyo enough time to get saved here.
Yeah, and they have the splashes. They're going to have NC start to use those along with the pizza, but the zone is moving in. 10 ticks of damage, instantly popping the big pot. Really trusting Peterbot to get those splashes out in time. They have to be careful, though. Right above them, Clix and Higgs, and even in front of zone, we got Curve and Veno. We got Muzz and Sphinx as well. Honestly, the storylines couldn't be any better here in this game, because you got first place right now. Curve and Veno could be the first time a player has won in both EU and NA, two of the hardest regions, and they find a big elimination onto Peterbot, taking one of the hardest teams out of their path to the finish line.
Boyo's down and out. The full Elim comes through right there, Jacob, and he gets the finish as well. And just like that, they're up in the lead now. Clix and Higgs, though, on high ground, doing exactly what they need to do. They have solidified the positioning here.
He's doing a good job sacrificing a little bit of HP so that way they can go deep into the zone, reconnect on that high ground. It's going over towards Frigid Fortress. That gives them the luxury to look towards the backside of the zone, seeing players late to shockwave in, but they think it's all smooth sailing. But Curve and Veno wait for these perfect moments. They've elevated themselves step by step, and they're waiting until they least suspect it. But Peterbot's still going on his rampage. Big down onto Dragon, trying to pick up the elimination, but Curve and Veno, they're matching him blow for blow.
8 Elims now. Veno is really starting to heat up here, and they're not even interested in jumping down for Max. Notice that. They want to maintain this positioning, and they're still trying to time for high ground here to try to play for another win. Higgs, though, is the only one up top. They send Clix down low. Clix finds Peterbot, finishes him up, sweeps him under the rug, and now Veno and Curve. Here comes the setup. Off they go. Curve's got no mat, so they have to concede to go lower and lower here. And this terrain's not helping. Look at all these old builds as things are moving back and forth, but Veno, Curve are still neck to neck with Clix and Higgs right here.
Yeah, Curve and Veno, I feel like they know they don't even necessarily need the high ground. They don't even necessarily need the win. They just need to remain consistent. That slows it down a little bit. Big shot is going to land on the Veno. Pressure coming from up above. Thank gosh that Curve is there to alleviate some of the pressure, holding on to the build. But if you blink, you might have missed it. Higgs has went down. Clix trying to go for the revive. Curve and Veno realize nobody else is up there to contest it. They use the Fizz. They use the Shockwave. They instantly take away that high ground. 6 teams left, Monster. And everybody at least has to do it by their side, unless it's cold. He goes down. Rapid is now left by himself.
And he has the awareness, too. The awareness to keep shooting back at them. Veno tries to keep the pressure, but the Shockwaves put Clix and Higgs up on high ground, and they know we don't have enough mats to hold this one down. Clix and Higgs managed to have just enough HP, though, to go ahead and heal back in this game, but then you have Rapid. Look at this, just solo surviving right now as a player here in the mid-ground right now. Trying to evaluate what he wants to do here, but he's got pressure coming in from potentially Veno and Curve here on the layer. Right behind he comes, and he actually finds Curve. It's going to be Muzz who jumps in, and they get the full finish.
Yeah, still, that's no worries to me. Veno's just taking this time to heal up. Quickly go and scurries outside of the zone. Still almost a full chug left, but Higgs is quickly on the chase. Gets a good amount of damage until the zone does the rest. Clix and Higgs have finally woken up from their slumber. From day 1 to day 2, they finally found their form back. 5 eliminations here, but Rapid is still up. The gap. Pig down onto Sphinx. Separates him from Muzz, but you see he has no builds. He probably feels in the back of his mind he has to get this elimination. But underneath, Braids takes him down, gets the elimination, and moves one step closer to first.
I was gonna say, talking about the slumber, Bolts and Acorn were down low. Now they're the sleeping giants starting to wake up here, putting their influence in the mix, but you have a lot more players to worry about. Braids and Visuals are here to mess around as well. They also need the refresh too, as they're out of material, so they're gonna be forced into this fight here, whether you like it or not. And then, of course, Clix and Higgs have to come down and jump in this battle as well. Bolts uses the Shockwave to go up. Someone gets eliminated in the sky. It's actually Clix. He could couldn't touch down in time. And Bolts and Acorn all of a sudden now find themselves in a winning position.
Oh!
And the shot goes through. And just like that, Bolts manages to do it again here.
Yeah, Bolts and Acorn pop off in the second to last game of the day, becoming the second team to win 2 different games this weekend. And in a leaderboard monster, in a world that is so stacked and close, this one is surely going to move them one step closer to contending for another FNCS championship. Zeke, one left game to go. Let's do it.
I keep thinking, man, like, I've got a handle on it. There's like, you know, Zeke, just follow the action. It's all cool. And no, man, we literally just talked about the top 5 right before this, right? And Acorn and Bolts were that 6th place team. They were the team on the outside, and they said, Zeke, I'm sorry, did you forget about us? We can now be in the top 5. Why did you forget about us? And now they are fighting for our 11th eviction. I cannot believe this. Game 11 with so many Titanic duos, all doing the same thing, thinking, bro, we can do it. This is our chance with 2 games left. We can fight for an axe. Acorn and Bolts say, you know what? We'd like to toss our name in the hat. Little name in the hat. There you go, Zeke. Go ahead. Shuffle it up. I don't know. Kelly, I'm losing it. I'm freaking out.
I mean, this really was
Oh,
the
yeah.
game for our teams in that 6th to 10th place spot. Everyone that was in our top 5 having some issues, either going down to a
38.
solo situation or going down early, you know, unless you're Venno. But this Acorn and Bolts that were just right outside of that edge, making sure that they're just playing the low ground, they're playing what they do best. They don't need to be disruptor. They don't need to be getting all these eliminations. They just need to make it to the end game right there. And Bolts once again going to a solo, improving that he is going to make sure that him and Acorn stay at the top of our leaderboard.
So funny. Game 11 there. I mean, we're just watching all the chaos kind of unfold on night. Oh my gosh, Peter Bot's trying to hold it. Flix and Higgs, they go up for it. Benno and Curve, they start to get active. All this stuff's happening. Elim. And then we take a look at where everybody else is at. Acorn and Bolts on the low ground. 100 full
Oh!
duo. And they finish the game just like that as a duo. Incredible stuff for them to kind of re-enter the conversation, not only in that game specifically, because they didn't even know they were alive in that game. All of a sudden, it's like, oh my gosh, they're chilling on the low ground. But now, I can only imagine how close they are to keep themselves back in the competition for the win.
Oh my gosh, that little angle, that little tiny little corner was the difference maker. 574 points. Fortnite fan, we have 1 game left to go. We're gonna go to a break, okay? I need a moment to breathe. Okay, I need a moment to breathe. When we come back, we start setting up because this is a close run, okay? Go find some popcorn, find a drink, use the bathroom. We'll be right back, okay? We'll be right back.
Yo, that was low-key tough. Okay. So, be honest with me, guys. If I train, could I make it to FNCF? Be honest with me, guys. Be honest. Yeah, do y'all think I can make it to FNCF, guys? If I really trained, if I become decent, like, y'all see my videos, if y'all want to rewatch them. If I know someone commented, like, my fault for not reaching out. I don't know if I can reach out. So, but, like, if, like, y'all think I become, like, get some pro settings, I'm not gonna hate on my fan who commented. Like, you actually commented. Like, that might have been my first comment. Like, I'm not gonna hate on him. I'm saying, like, I'm not sure I can comment it, but if my mom allows me to, I'll check out you, and if a pro comments, I'll probably check out them too. But there's gonna be a schedule. I really don't know, but, like, yeah. If y'all think I train, get a PC and stuff, do y'all think I can make it? I mean, my edits aren't. Oh. Okay, second thought that's gonna take a long time. Okay, I mean, okay, that was crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna need to train. Like, oh, um, yeah, I really, yeah, I mean, my ping is like flying through the roof right now. No disrespect though. Wait, what am I talking about? But yeah, y'all really think I could go pro? I mean, look at this. How? How do you like that? I mean, oh, wait, is this copyright?
Okay. All right. I'm fine. I'm calm.
He's not. He's not.
Everything is okay. In case you're joining us, welcome. This is the FNCS Grand Finals. No big deal. One of the most important moments in the FNCS. We have one game left to go. You know, hey, crazy stuff happened in that last game. Acorn and Bolts got themselves a victory out of that last game. That's crazy, right? Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the standings, because it
That left is
gets
good.
crazier. Because right now, Curve and Venno are in first place with 659 points. Kelly!
They have 78 eliminations, more than double that of Acorn and Bolts. Venno and Curve have shown today
Ah!
what they do best. Those early eliminations, going into mid-game, making sure that they don't have to worry about Storm Surge, and then controlling the mid-ground, either chopping people from above or eliminating people down below. They do it time and time again. And you know what? Maybe day one wasn't their day, but it's better late than never. Venno showing everyone why he is not just moving states like we see a lot of these players do in North America. No, he's moving countries to claim this as his own. Manifesting destiny is all about America's history, and he's showing why Britain did it first over here.
Please put an absolute huge exclamation point on the fact that these guys were in 10th place coming into the day. We have played 5 games, and they now have an 85-point lead over second place. I don't know what kind of crazy stat or how this is going to look on paper, but this has to be one of the most incredible day 2 performances, day 2 comebacks, whatever you want to call
Is
it,
it
that we
clicks and
have
hits?
ever seen. I mean,
Peter
78?
bot polo,
How in the heck?
right?
What's even going on? These guys, every single time we watch the game, it's just a highlight reel for them.
Dude, you know, we were talking about it during the break there, and it's like at a certain point, this is going to become mathematically impossible, right? Like, at a certain point, we've tuned into them at like the early stages of the game, and they have 4 or 5 or, you know, even 3 elims, right? They just have to do what they've been doing all
78 elimination.
and they will walk away as the winners. Now, we only have a minute and a half. I really quickly just want to flip on over the top 13, right? Yes, we are absolutely playing for a first place and an active champions, right? But we also can't forget top 13 are right now playing for their spot at the summit. 298. Do not forget that number going into this game. 298 is the current cutoff. Seek and Taki are holding that. But guys, we have one game left to go. Let's like even just look at Scare and Osid, right? We saw Scare and Osid pop off earlier on, like not even just a few weeks ago. They could try and play for that spot. Look at Jaryu as well, right? Even Zytho, we saw them get a victory royale. I mean, Kelly, there's so many players. This goes down to 20, Kelly.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It's literally like 42 points that separate 13th from 20th place, and I'm guessing it's even closer down below. So we could probably get to page 3, see teams in our 30th place spot. And if they have that pop-off game, and we know that there is a possibility of some teams just kind of sliding by, making it into the top 5 and just grabbing a handful of eliminations, that right there is 90 90 points and could be the difference maker of going to Dusseldorf or not. Vivid, this is what NAC is all about. We have so many big names in the top. All the teams that we have been talking about are finally showing up right now, and this is the final game.
It's crazy. I mean, there's so much stuff going on that leaderboard, so much we can break down. But there's only one way to find out who's going to walk away. Not only champions, who's going to get second, who's going to get third, who's going to qualify to the LAN event, and that's just to play the game, Zeke.
Vivid, the last game of the day right now. Fortnite fam, lock in every single thing that these players do, whether they get an elim or get eliminated. This is it. The last game to make the impossible possible. For the last time today, MDF, take a PR. Take it away.
Honestly, Monster, I've never seen so many storylines go down the leaderboard so far. Curve could win his first FNCS champion. Feno could win 2 titles on the hardest regions with EU and NA, and at his 4th overall. Acorn could win another major one. Bolt could be a West and Central champion. Cold back on top. Rapid wins his first. I can keep going all day, but it just goes to show the stories are endless today.
This is what makes NA one of the best regions to watch. It's what is really the pinnacle of what Fortnite's all about. And we, of course, have the privilege of calling all the action here. You've been watching it go down. Let's see if luck is on their side.
Here we go.
Coming into a game 12, but honestly, the most recent FNCS is almost a year now. People always have that same conversation. Who will land on first place? And right now, it looks like we have an interesting situation breaking down. Peterbot and Poyo look to contest Curve and Veno, but Curve and Veno already see that one coming. They leave, they go to Squibbly Shores, and they get another early game elimination. Zeke said it, Monster. Eventually, this will become mathematically impossible for anybody outside of Curve and Veno to win.
Called it. I already knew this was going to happen. I knew that Veno was someone that Peterbot and Poyo respect at such a competitive level. They would be willing to contest them. They would be willing to try to throw their tournament off. But Veno is one of the smartest players we've ever had, and he will see it from a mile away. So even now, them just mixing up, it's just a safety strat. It's to say, hey, who wants to battle us? Come bring it. We're not afraid to mix it up. We're not afraid to stay dynamic here in the last game.
Like Peterbot and Poyo going into this game, though. With that elimination, of course, with Veno and Curve, they are 98 points away from an FNCS champion. That's only playing catch up to Curve and Veno. They still got so many big names in their path that they're looking to take it. They probably noticed that Curve and Veno weren't at the battle, but they immediately turn around.
Oh, it's Peterbot.
What's going on? Maybe they think this is them, but it's Raven and CDZ, a whole nother team. This gives a huge moment here for Curve and Veno to look on over, possibly engage, possibly disengage. The choice is definitely there, especially since it's taking a little bit longer than we'd hope. Peterbot lands a shot, but Poyo goes down. Raven is escaping back inside the building. That puts Peterbot in a 1v2.
Oh no, and the finish comes through as well.
I mean,
and that is not the way you want this to start going down right here if you're Peterbot and Poyo. You need so many more points. You cannot afford to be get set this far behind. Peterbot, though, in a world of trouble here. Plenty of enemy builds. He's going to have to back off. Shot through the wall as well. This is, of course, Raven and CDZ's one chance to go in and pounce on him. Peterbot's back in the mix here, fully healthy.
Okay.
This is an important shot
Here, I get this.
Things are looking pretty south now for him.
The biggest thing here was Peterbot was able to get the materials from Poyo. Raven lands another monster shot, getting the shield gone out from Peterbot. He has the minis still there, but he's running out of builds. CDZ and Raven really don't have no materials down below, so they can't not fight upwards, so he has to drop down low. Peterbot again trying to take the fight to them as CDZ gets dropped to this. Less than 50 HP, but a third party's coming in, Monster. A third party from the east, from Dark Dominion, looks to interrupt this play.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's you-know-who, but give it a second here. Raven CDZ being a little too passive now. They had an opportunity to finish up this elim. They back off instead. Rapid and Cold show up, and they are cleaning up house faster than ever. They find 2 quick elims. Even shooting the down body just to show and flex that they're here as well. And look at this. They are hunting for poor Peterbot, who's now hiding inside of the factory. Just unprecedented type of end game right now. You never see this level of clash go down here. Definitely not for the likes of Peterbot. He's normally the one hunting. Now he's being hunted.
Yeah, they probably saw in the feed that Poyo did go down, so they immediately left their drop spots, beelining on over. This is a team that's on their tail. Cold is in 3rd place. You see it there. Peterbot and Poyo in 4th place. And it really was asking the question, is anybody going to be brave enough? With the point gap so close, you would really risk your spot
Can we
on the
remove the glass?
leaderboard if you were looking to go on the chase. But Venno, Curve,
Oh
they not
my.
only left their drop spot at Battlewood, they left their 2nd drop spot at Squizzly, and they're already going on the hunt for these elims. They don't want to win after game 12, Monster. They want to win during this game so they can take a much-needed victory lap.
Well, this is crazy. You know, if you just allow them to continue to get elims like this, which they have done extremely successfully, way more successfully than any other team here on the weekend, they will be too far ahead. We would be asking so much of Cold and Rapid. We're talking upwards of 10, 15 elims and a victory royale. Give this a second now. So from one team wipe onto another now. Dozier and Escher trying to fight the fired up Venno and Curve here. Meanwhile, Curve has been live this entire time, by the way. Do not sleep on him. This is, again, nothing like we've ever seen before.
Yeah, especially for Mom and
Peterbot's
Pop
down.
Curve. Imagine him. Oh, he is eliminated by Cold and Rapid. Peterbot goes down in 4th place, tied with Adrian and Ritual. Could only get worse from there, but Venno takes a big shot, but he is not backing down. Ishu gets eliminated. The Siphon comes in. Much needed build get replenished by Venno. Curve not slowing down, trying to alleviate the pressure. Lands a huge shot on the zones here, and the elimination one as well. 5 elims, Monster. 5 eliminations here. This is domination at its finest in Major 1 on NA Central.
Looking so good for them right now. Rapid and Cold right now on the hunt too, just trying to figure out what is going on here. They're already at 3 elims as well. So Rapid and Cold are playing so aggressive too. You gotta give them credit right here. We know what the task at hand is. We know what needs to be done. And it really does feel like the impossible. It's asking them to pop off right now and go into the upper double-digit elimination territory and potentially win the game. Because for them, it's about the championship victory. Jumping over Brilliant and Jargo though, playing a little bit of the storm fight right here, keeping us busy right now.
Essentially, 2 sides of the coin. We're watching the battle for first. Oh, Venno is down. Venno is down, but Curve saves the day. What are we witnessing? This is a montage performance. I don't want to call it too soon, Monster, but this is beginning to look like a victory lap for Curve and Venno.
The writing's on the wall. You just have to read it, brother. All right? It's whenever you're ready, just let us know. They're at 6 eliminations now. Acorn and Bolts. A little cheeky here, though. Trying to see if anyone's willing to kind of sneak on by to find a couple elims right now. And let's just paint the bigger picture. Obviously, Curve and Venno off to the races right now. A 100-point gap separating them from the rest of the competition. And then you have so many other teams trying to fight for a land spot to the Global Summit. It's right around the corner. Who is going to be in Germany? Only the top 13 will make it.
And as it stands right now, in order for Cold and Rapid to win the tournament, this is as it stands right now. They need Curve and Venno to go down outside of top 25 with not a single elimination more. And then they need to win the game with 10 or so eliminations in the double digits. So it's going to show how much of a runaway this is turning into. And that's where you see a lot of lurks going down, because it's not only the battle for first. If you look at Tyler and Chance here, 391 points on the overall leaderboard. They're in 10th place. If they go down early, they can kiss their summit spot goodbye.
It'd definitely be really close for them. They'll be holding on to a thin margin. Taki and Seek on the other side. Same can be said for these teams here. 208 points earned on the tournament day. So you are seeing moments of greatness here coming out. Some of our competitors here on the 2-day format.
Zach gonna make a quick, clean glide here. They're just trying to dodge all the noise down below, having to worry about surge, having to worry about others rotating in your path. Be a good plan for Seek and Taki here. 13th place. They just need to hold
Flicks,
on to their
flicks.
current spot on that leaderboard. Flicks and Eggs, though, a moment ago, did see them in the feed. They picked up at least one more elimination here. They, too, have a little bit more of a cushion than some of the other counterparts. 430 points in 9th place. They just need to make sure to finish strong. It's more of a confidence thing than anything else, I feel like, at this point.
Yeah, gotta find their groove, but again, you've made it this far. They had such exceptional moments of greatness, but in the end, everything has to come together. And then how do you account for having
I'm enough. It's not
the
enough.
colds, those types of performances that we've seen? Tough to ask. All things have to come together. Cooper and Rito, they're still
Yo,
fighting
I
for
am
the
enough.
qualification seat. They're not fully safe just yet. Not at least how I feel. Let's take a look at the standings here. This is gonna put them at 12th place there, Jacob. So close.
Yeah, I would say they have a 22-point gap from 13th with
Oh.
actually the line. And then about a 44 or so point gap between them and falling outside of the bubble, which means anything could be possible. If they go down, let's just say 15th place, and anybody else kind of is able to secure a top 8 or better, they can certainly overtake them on the leaderboard. But definitely so many different possibilities here as the tournament continues on. Threats and Beer, a team that started inside of the bubble on the day, shortly fell out of it and is trying to work their way back. Vive and King, another similarity here, 17th place coming into this game, which means those eliminations, 8 more points, is definitely going to boost them up the leaderboard just a little bit. I think that almost puts them on the line outside of that bubble around 14th place with those elims.
Yeah, Vive King, the last 2 games have played really well, actually making it to endgame, and this time they actually have 4 total elims, so just a monstrous performance so far, definitely stepping up and doing what they need to when it matters most. And Alpha and Saul kind of see what's going on here. They end up backing off. You have Osin and Scare, another team that's very much in the conversation right now. Looking at how they played, we have a 4th place as far as their best performance so far in the last game, roughly 15th for them with a single elim. So not too bad, definitely earning some placement points. If they can keep that up, they might just be doing enough to jump up. And in.
This is going to be an interesting lobby slash endgame. Because if you look at like day 1, we were getting what, fourth zone surge, sometimes even earlier because how stacked the lobby is. To start the day, we were getting 5th zone, maybe 6th zone surge. There's only 60 players up. There's only 30 teams left in this lobby right now in the 4th zone. So it's rather thinned out, moving at a much more accelerated pace. So you have to be careful on some of these rotations. So instead of being able to rotate, stack with a bunch of other teams, hoping they choose them instead of you, now some of these rotations will be a little bit more bare, with you and maybe 1 or 2 other teams being the only one rotating in that direction.
I mean, when you have Cold, Rapid, Acorn, Bolts, Curvin, Veno looking for elims, right? Trying to either push the gap, close the gap, like this is what happens. The lobby will tend to thin out, and then everyone else, of course, trying to fight for their qualification spot. Look at this though, Veno Curve inside the storm right now. They surely know they've done enough, right? So now it's just time to chill out, hang out, enjoy the storm for a little bit. Here on the beach, have no reason to really put themselves in any danger here.
None at all, especially with the zone moving on over towards the south. They know they can essentially ride the shoreline, whether they try to make a little shortcut in, go on top of the mountains, they can go all the way towards the south. They do got one zone, though, that they really have to worry about. So going from zone 4 to zone 5, it moves from a 1 tick of damage into 2. From zone 5 to zone 6, they move from a 2 tick damage into a 5. So even though they do have a lot of time on their side, they don't want to use all their resources just getting into zones. Since you can kind of see on the map there, on your left side that so many other teams are also outside of the zone and inside of their path that could certainly cut them off.
Yeah, definitely. They're moving really quickly. Razors and Sleep Team. Look at this. They're up high ground position right here. Still, though, no surge warnings in sight. This game is moving so fast right now as the lobby's starting to thin out. And this is a pretty congested north side of the Battlewood Boulevard, so kind of a new site for us, if you will. Looking at the names that are in play here. Jack, N-Pen, Acorn, Bolts. On the other side, Osid and Scare. Scare, though, gets fully finished right here. One of our bubble teams is out to the hands of Sikentaki. This is super important. Actually, it was wagers from up top. Wasn't Sikentaki, but they're right next to that collateral damage.
Yo, it's
Say,
going crazy. There's a lot of people.
Plays Scare and Osid, or I should say, just one Osid by himself.
So we're gonna end this soon, guys,
He has a
but
bit of a gap to
this is
overcome. Anything is possible. 2019
nice.
still up, so 4 more go down. You'll start to get those placement points, and they'll cascade
Yo.
in with each and every team that does go down. Contrapt's gonna fall, and already
Okay,
one less
guys,
team to
I'm
worry
probably gonna end
about.
it here.
55 players left in this game, so there's only one
This is
solo running
low-key
around.
nice.
That's gonna be
Yeah, see you guys.